Little bit of chicken fried, cold beer on a Friday night, a pair of jeans that fit just right, and the radio.
The Zac Brown Band may sing about chicken fried food, but the group's palette is far more diverse than that. They host huge food and music festivals, as well as smaller pre-concert eat and greets, where fans can pay extra for a gourmet meal dished up by band members.
Anytime that people break bread together, all the walls come down. There's nobody better than anybody else. You're just all there, you know, you got food stuck in your teeth and bad garlic breath, and you're just sitting there. You're just being one of the people, and that's really important to us.
It's not that they have to feed the fans. Since first hitting the charts in 2008, the Zac Brown Band has become one of the hottest acts in country music. With a string of #1 songs, a shelf full of awards including 2 Grammys, and a devoted following known as the Zamily. What's it like when there's a huge audience of people and they're singing the words to your songs?
Yeah. It feels great. Put a lot of thought into the words and a lot of life into them.
Zac Brown grew up in Georgia in a family that revered food. He and his dad have owned several eateries, including one where Zac performed. Did you help cook too, besides do the music?
Absolutely. We'd have a line cook that would call in sick, and I'd be in there cooking until 9 and sweating and come out and throw my apron off and get on the stage and play.
Keep me in mind.
So it seemed natural to Brown that as his band became more successful, he would fulfill a dream and hire a skilled Southern chef.
Please show some love for Chef Rusty and everybody that prepared the food for you.
Louisiana-born Rusty Hamlin.
So I did spinach and heirloom tomato carbonara, okay?
He helped Brown design Cookie, the band's unique 54-foot kitchen trailer.
We have a 3-compartment sink, a fryer, a tilt skillet, 4 ovens. 2 of these are convections, and then a 6-burner and a flat top.
Before Hamlin and his team prepare some nightly staples, like beef and pork tenderloin, made with Zac Brown's own recipes, they scour local markets to cook whatever's in season for side dishes.
Lots of pepper. This allows me to come out and do something nobody's ever done in music history before, and do all this really cool stuff and be able to take care of our fans.
The focus on fans is easy to understand because Zac Brown knows how hard it is to make it in the music business. Though only 34, he is anything but an overnight success, writing and performing since he was a teenager and spending thousands of nights on the road. Did you ever have a time when you thought, I just might keep knocking around in the business forever and never break through?
I never did.
You didn't?
I spent a lot of time bouncing around and staying with lots of families that took me in, and I really love all of it, but I never was discouraged from my goal.
You ready to get lost with us tonight?
And he never compromised on his music or his distinctive look. You've always got the cap on, the beard and all that. Is there a reason?
Well, it's definitely not because somebody told me to. I hear about it sometimes. They're like, why don't you just shave that beard off and get rid of it? And that's okay. I mean, people feel like they'll project their BS on me for some reason.
You're not changing anything.
Yeah. I'm not afraid to be who I am.
It seems to be working just fine. The band's latest album, Uncaged, hit #1 on the Billboard charts for all music, not just country, this past summer.
Guess which button to push?
Yeah, really. And Brown is launching his own music label in a storied Nashville studio. So there's a lot of history in this place.
Oh, man. These walls have heard a tremendous amount of music.
Who's recorded here?
Neil Young, Roger Miller, Chris Christopherson, Willie Nelson, Allman Brothers. There's been some magic records recorded here, and the list goes on and on and on.
Don't be falling in love as you
Zac Brown has made plenty of magic himself, charting a #1 hit with country legend Alan Jackson.
They're lost this battle.
how Brown was able to find time to get married and raise a family. He and his wife Shelley have 4 daughters. He says he fell for her in a bar one New Year's Eve after a gig. Did you know immediately this was the one?
I didn't know until I kissed her. And then we ended up New Year's Eve playing a show. My date had stood me up, and I remember walking back to my friends with 2 minutes before midnight and thinking, I'm not gonna have anybody to kiss on New Year's. And there she was, standing right there, and I remember kissing her, and then that was game over.
So these are good times for Zac Brown and his band. He says he's living just the life he wants to live, especially since he gets to offer his fans both food and music.
I go out there on the stage and I see all those people, and I realize that they're out there to feel good from our music and to celebrate, it's a big deal.
And while I live out my days until the very end, you can find me in my home with my